All you've written, I mean, I assume this is another New York Times bestseller. It's on its way because that's what you do. What inspired you to write this particular book at this particular moment in time?
Yes, sir. We're always grateful to be on your tremendous show. I wrote it at this point because I wanted to kind of take a survey and a tour of the themes I've been talking about for the last 30 years, the ideas I've been grappling with, and they were unified under the rubric of performance. On the one hand, black people being forced to entertain in America, from the slave ship to the plantation to the stage, also entertaining the ideal of race, how we continually confront it, and then being entertaining and illuminating as we do so. And I wanted to talk about black performance, uniting what LeBron does, what Kobe does, what Serena does, with what the preacher does in the pulpit, what you do on First Take, and what I do in the classroom, and what everyday people do when they go to work, performing a variety of courage, of insight, of ancestral wisdom for the world to take advantage of and to be benefited by.
Essentially, you're talking about appreciating blackness and appreciating the greatness of blackness in the world of sports and beyond. Do you feel at this particular moment in time that that appreciation is lacking, even as you've seen the progress that has been made over the last several decades?
Yeah, that's a beautiful way you put it. There's been enormous progress and extraordinary appreciation for certain facets of black experience, but there's also been a denial of the legitimacy of blackness on the other hand. So while we can appreciate the fact that Jay-Z is a global phenomenon, just got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, that his beloved wife Beyonce, the greatest entertainer in the world today, that a Stephen A, a Barack Obama, rise to the heights, and Oprah and the like, there's also the lag. We're having the trial right now of Ahmaud Arbery, the killers of Ahmaud Arbery. We're looking at the way in which race continues to play a role in denying people legitimate opportunities. We're having a great brouhaha over critical race theory. So on the one hand, enormous progress and the performance of blackness has been embraced. On the other hand, lingering controversies that testify to the fact that we haven't quite gotten the message yet.
I want to go to a nugget of information you've got in the book. You've argued Kobe, MJ, and LeBron as the figures on your Mount Rushmore as GOATs. First of all, I want to know why Kareem Abdul-Jabbar wouldn't be on there. And secondly, what do you make of LeBron's 18-year career and his accomplishments?
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, Kareem is going to have to be up there. I mean, as well as Magic. So, I'm just going to have an extra space on my Mount Rushmore. But you're at LeBron James is doing something we ain't seen before at that level. As Jay-Z's lyric says, never been a brother this good, this long. Speaking about his own career, think about what Tom Brady is doing is extraordinary, 44 years old, but comparable to that, LeBron James, as 18-year player, at the height of his talent, with his extraordinary physique, with his extraordinary discipline, taking care of his body, and playing, still averaging 25 points and so many rebounds and assists to this day. It is remarkable. We've never seen it before. And he's making a powerful argument for his GOAT status. And when you add in what goes on beyond the parquet floor, when you talk about what happens beyond the basketball floor, LeBron James is pretty much incomparable and uncontested and unexcelled as a basketball figure in the history of the sport.
How do you feel about him compared to MJ? Because that's an argument that goes on and on and on. People like myself say MJ is the GOAT. I'm thinking people from my generation. Well, damn it, you're from a generation even before me. I want to know where you stand in terms of MJ compared to LeBron, specifically off the court. I'm not even going on the court. When you think about their impact off the court of play, how do you compare MJ to LeBron James, Dr. Michael Eric Dyson?
I knew Stephen A was going to needle me. Look, the point is that off the court, the commercial impact of MJ is unexcelled. In terms of coming along at a time when David Stern was rising, when Michael Jordan was rising, when the league was internationalizing and having a global impact, and the commercial impact on urban black America as it gained its sea legs. When you put all those forces together, MJ was an unrepeatable phenomenon within the context of American global capitalism. American commercial products that were being consumed by people, the sneaker industry hitting its height, and Michael Jordan being a pitchman. All that is undeniable. But when you talk about off the court, LeBron has most of that. but he also has a social conscience and the ability to articulate the values, needs, and aspirations of ordinary black people. And when you think about what he has done by using his platform to speak directly, not after he's finished with the game, not when he's no longer at the apex of his talent, no longer when he is not considered to be the figure within his sport, right now, simultaneously, he is deploying his influence for the good of his people and of America and of the sport. And in that sense, he's incomparable and at the height. He is the GOAT in that sense.
I'm going to transition before I let you get on out of here. I can't negate asking you this question. I'm talking about the babyface assassin himself. You write about how Steph Curry changed the game, but his faith also plays a huge part in his life. You write about that and about his family and the issue of colorism and how it plays out in black life. Why is Curry such a powerful vehicle for such discussions in your estimation?
I mean, a babyface assassin for real. When even AI says that's a bad man, you know he's a bad man. The way in which he stretched the floor, we talk about stretch fours, but look at what he did in terms of shooting from the logo. Look at the long shot, right? It has been redefined in his hands, but also he's a man of faith. Not only pointing up to the sky when he makes a shot and so on. It's not just the performative character of his religious identity. It's the way in which it seeps into his everyday existence, his relationship to his wife and his children, the love and respect and loyalty that he displays there, and the extraordinary commitment to a passion that transcends his own sport. But then finally, the colorism part, yeah, we know we still, within our own community, light versus dark. And we can be playful about it. We can say that, hey, when Wesley Snipes came along and Denzel came along, the pretty boy yellow guys got stuck to the back. We're coming back with Steph Curry and Drake right now. So we can be playful about it. But the seriousness of it is that to be light and bright and darn near white has been seen as an advantage in a racist economy of vision and of spectacle that says, if you're lighter, you're better. And if you're darker, you're not. My father was blue-black, an extraordinarily beautiful black man, but I saw the way in which he was dissed, both within black culture and beyond. And I think Steph Curry brings to the fore those kinds of arguments that are necessary to be had about colorism and our own internal forms of oppression within black America, too.
Surprise, surprise, another must-read in the world of sports and beyond from Dr. Michael.
This time over the flu game. Speaking with Frank Isola on Sirius XM NBA radio after playing through a back injury in the 1990 NBA Finals, Pippen asked a rhetorical question comparing his performance to Jordan's legendary flu game from 1997.
Is it easier to play with a herniated disc or to play with the flu?
They always say the worst injury to have is a bad back. So,
well, I don't see many bad back games, but I do see flu games. Flu, come on.
Before we deal with that, happy birthday!
What's up, big boy? Happy birthday, big boy! Happy birthday, man! Happy birthday, bro!
I appreciate it, my good people, my family. Hey, Stephen A., how you popped that balloon up was priceless.
There we go. Here you go. I just wanted to say happy birthday to my little big bro. That's
yes, happy birthday, Perk. Hope you have an incredible day and year.
Wishing you many more. Wishing you many more.
Absolutely. All right, Perk, is Pippen's criticism of MJ fair?
Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, it's fair. And here's why. I'm so tired of people being on Scottie Pippen back about what he's saying. He's telling his side of the story. The Last Dance was supposed to be about the team. The Last Dance was a little bit about the team, about 10% of the team, and about 90% about Michael Jordan. It was really telling Michael Jordan's story. Scottie Pippen has a book coming out. Scottie Pippen wants to promote his book. I hope he sells 100 million copies. I don't know if that's possible, but I wish him the best. But he has